Hello guys, welcome back to another video on the Spooky Tube. It's Lilith. Today I'm going to be showing you some do-it-yourself wall decor, some kind of spooky Gothic wall decor. This first one's a Polaroid display. All you need is string, scissors, and clips. Basically what you're doing is tying string to both sides, if you have a frame like this, or tucking it into the back plate, that way they're secure on both sides. You can do as many layers of these strings as you want. For my sized frame, I found that 3 was the right amount. And for this one, you need a shelf with a cutout in the back and some strips like this, some self-adhesive strips with their little remote control. And what I'm doing basically is backlighting this shelf, putting the lights all around the edges of it. That way, when I light it up, the light will come through the cutouts in my shelf. If you can't find a shelf like this, you could try to improvise and make your own out of a shelf you already have. I happened to find this one, repainted it black, and hooked it up to the plug underneath it. In this shot, I'm just showing you my bookcase, my little shelves a little bit better. Something to keep in mind when you're placing your stuff is try to keep them away from the holes, that way it is brighter. And I thought I'd just show you guys the tacky stuff we saw at the thrift store, because this is where we were finding our next project, just cheap picture frames, basically the cheapest ones I could find there. We also happened upon this piece of plywood that had a really cool picture on it, and then we cut that to size to fit into one of the frames we got. First thing you want to do is clean them. The thrift store is often very dirty, or at least the ones I encounter. And what I'm doing is I'm painting mine with an off black. It's almost like a very dark gray. If you want to just go for black, you can go ahead and do that, but I'll show you why I'm using a very dark gray instead of black in the next step. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a sponge and black paint and smudging it into the corners, smudging it into some of the grooves, just to give it a little bit more dimension and to make the shelves just look a little bit more gritty and more interesting. So my next step was taking our piece of plywood and just fitting it into the frame. I'm not sure if you guys would be able to find anything like this. I think it was kind of a lucky find, but I'm just popping that right into the frame. And that's the completed project. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this was helpful for some of you, or maybe at least gave you some inspiration. I'm just taking some time to show you some close-ups of all the other things we have up on the wall. If you guys want me to maybe explain some of it or go into it in more depth, maybe I'll do that in a future house tour. I recently moved, so there's a potential Gothic house tour coming up in the future, which I'm excited about. And then there's some of our Polaroids. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you. Bye-bye.